I'm kidding. He's a very funny guy. He's coming up. He plays all over town. Please give a warm welcome for Funny Man Charlie.
So, my fiance is pregnant. And it was a losing freedom over here. My fiance is pregnant. I'm actually missing tonight. I'm missing a breastfeeding class. And this is why I have a name tag on. I'm going to prove it. I went to the breastfeeding class. They give you a name tag. I couldn't give them a fictitious name. I'm sorry to say. But John called me up, said, I want you to come down to Brigett's first show. I said, I gotta do it. Gotta do it, baby. It's like, this is the breastfeeding class. This is our future together. Okay, look, I promise you. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to stimulate my nipples to increase milk flow. I promise you this. I promise you, but I want to go to Briggett's tonight. So, yeah, no, I'm excited. It's really exciting. Pregnancy is an interesting thing. I don't know if anybody's, I'm sure there's a lot of women here who have experienced it. I've been experiencing it also. But, pregnancy is an interesting thing. I mean, the first thing that's interesting about pregnancy is the sex life. Like, sex life instantly changes. Initially, it changes for the better. Because it's like, there's no consequences to anything. There's no consequences. You just have that really wild sex. But my fiance is 8 months. And at 8 months is a lot different than 4 or 5 months. A lot different. If I want to have sex, I gotta hire a structural engineer. I gotta go down and get 12 undocumented workers. Structural engineers like, no, lift her leg two more inches. I can't fucking do it! But, it's exciting, and there's all these, kind of awe moments in the pregnancy. I like the awe moments, The first awe moment is the first time the baby kicks, right? And, she's sitting on the couch, and she's like, Charlie, come over here, check this out. I come over, the baby's kicking. Put my hand down to feel it. And as soon as I feel the baby kick, instantly we look at each other directly in the eyes. And it's just beautiful, and she's smiling, and it's just a wonderful experience. And then I try and be like the cool dad and whisper to the belly, right, when I'm like, hey baby, don't kick mommy, don't kick mommy. Don't kick mommy. And the baby will stop moving. The baby will say, oh, daddy's there, I'm chill. Again, that's at 5 months. 8 months, it's a little bit more like this. Your child is killing me! What have you done to me? I'm like, it's like the baby suddenly developed martial arts capabilities. She's in there in the uterus, pulling a Chun-Li from Street Fighter 2. You win. Perfect. She's in there using the umbilical cord as nunchucks, beating the shit out of my fiance. And I think, again, like dad, I'll calm her down. Hey baby, don't get So it's exciting. I'm new to the valley. I'm fairly new to the valley. And I moved here to deal with the effects of the Great Recession, as it's been called. A lot of people like to call it now the jobless recovery. Have people heard this term? Yeah. We're now living in a jobless recovery, right? And this is what I want you guys to do. Next time you're in a coffee shop and you're hearing really intelligent people discuss the economy, and somebody's like, Mama, we're just in a jobless recovery, Mama. My portfolio's doing excellent. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go up to that person, and I want you to punch them in the mouth as hard as you can. And when they're doubled over, they're crying, why did you do that? Wow. I want you to say to them, I I wanted to give you a toothless smile, bitch. Enjoy the jobless recovery. So I moved here for economic reasons, and I spent about 2-3 months looking for a job. You know, put in about 40 applications. I was getting to a point of desperation. And I decided, you know, I have two choices. You know, I have to make money, I have to do something. But I have two choices. One, I was going to neglect personal hygiene, go to downtown Phoenix, quoting Revelations to anyone who will listen, and hold up a sign and proclaim, "The end is nigh!" Or I was going to drive a taxi. So I drive a taxi. I think I made the wrong decision. So, you know, it's an alright job. You know, you get a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of people. And that's what you get a lot of. You get a lot of people saying, "Tell me some stories. I'm sure you've had some amazing stories in here." And, you know, you're like, "Yeah, I've had amazing stories." You know, people watch these television shows, Taxi Cab Confessions. They'll get in the cab, they'll say, "Are we going to play Cash Cab today, cab driver? Let's play some Cash Cab." You're like, "No, we're not going to play Cash Cab. Here, we'll play Cash Cab. I'll drive you where you want to go, then you'll give me cash." So, you know, but I'll tell you guys a story. I don't like to tell stories to the passengers. I'll tell you guys a story. I had a passenger not too long ago. His name was Dave, and he was a gay guy. And he was one of my favorite passengers for the longest time. You know, I'd pick him up on a Friday night, take him to a series of bars over the course of 3 hours. And at the end of the night, he'd give me $300. So $300, you know, 3 hours, you can't beat that. I got to know him. You know, I got familiar with him, a little bit too familiar. Because on the 5th run, on the 5th trip, we're pulling up to his place, about to drop him off, he gives me my $300. He says, "Charlie, can I ask you a favor?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, what do you need? You know, we need help moving something?" I do that. "No, it's not like that, it's a little bit more strange." "Okay, well, you know, tell me what you need from me, I'll see if I can do it." "Can you spell it?" "Yes." "Can you pee on me?" "I need you to pee on me. I need you to pee on my face, or pee on my, I just need pee." And I'm like, "Oh, you stung by a jellyfish? You need me to pee on you?" No. "My boyfriend used to do this for me, and I like it, but he won't do it anymore. It's something I like, I need it." So I'm thinking, and I don't know about that day. I don't know if I'm going to pee on you. "I'll give you an extra $100 if you pee on me." And at this point, like, I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm a whore at this point. And I'm like, look, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Let me just drop you off. You know, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pee on you for $100. What about $200?
You have a baby on the way.
Sold to this man in the backseat for $200. So at this point, I'm excited, right? He immediately takes his shirt off as soon as I say sold. You get out of the cab, you're on the ground. I'm excited. I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to work this out? Right? Am I going to make it last a long time? Am I going to just, you know, make my dick like a fire hose and just shoot him in the eye? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, am I going to knife him? "You are now the Duke of Urine." I don't know what to do, right? So I'm figuring it out in my head. He's ready. He's extended. He's sitting on his knees, just ready, praying to the gods of piss, to the drenching of that sweet nectar. And I'm standing there, and I can't go. I can't go. He opens his eyes and looks up. And I say, I don't know what's happened. This has never happened to me before. I'm sorry, Dave. Thank you, everybody. That's my time.